Citizens are required to take notice. Every offender will get a 500 credit fine.
Zombbean associated with an out-of-the-blue opinion presents live on the YouTube. It's the Twitter Late Show. With your host, it's Zombbean!
Now, calm down. This has nothing to do with me and everything to do with Bullfrog making Rayman an assassin. I know, it's all very alarming. Now, before I begin, I should let you know some of these are headcanons and speculations and should be taken as such. You might not disagree with me, and that's fine. But that's enough introduction. Let's begin. Starting with Bullfrog. He's a fan favorite. So much so, his plushie is sold out. Yeah, you heard me right. He has a plushie. He's sweet, funny, kind, strong, but over anything else, he is a true assassin. He follows the tenants to a T and has slowly been building his guild from the ground up. No, not the members of the squad. Those are just comrades and friends. If you don't like Bullfrog, you probably like Ray. Like I was saying, if you like Rayman, then you'll enjoy the show. Sure, it's not the same Rayman, but let's look at it like this. It's its own thing, and it's not just an outfit for show. But now, here's where the actual topic starts. Each point will go over an assassin tenant. Something important I forgot to mention while making this video is that the Brotherhood will accept anyone with the will to do good, regardless of rank in society, previous background mistakes, and race. The last is very important to this series. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. The tenets are 1. Stay your blade from the flesh of an innocent. 2. Hide in plain sight. 3. Never compromise the Brotherhood. As any Assassin's Creed fan knows, there are certain rules that one must follow to uphold and follow the creed. Without them, they're nothing more than glorified murderers. This is what Bullfrog knows and follows, regardless of the disparity of his situation. So, let's begin. We're going to start with stay your blade from the flesh of an innocent. Assassination. An assassin's job is to eliminate their foe without harming an innocent. This should be easy to pull, right? This may be harder than you think. Being in a dangerous situation where your mission is amongst a sea of people that want you dead. Or maybe a couple of unarmed workers attack you out of fear. So that may be a bit harder than you think. Frog follows the tenants to a T. He also discourages kills that are for revenge or purely out of anger. It's shown when he tries to stop Laserhawk and Pey'j. Laserhawk is definitely softened up by Frog. I believe this in his forgiveness of Sarah. Would old Laserhawk have forgiven her? I don't think so. Now, on to Rayman. First time we meet a character besides Bullfrog that shows this do not kill trait is Rayman. When he first became Ramon, he became an assassin. But wait, Bean, what do you mean? You can't be an assassin without acceptance into the creed, given you by a high-ranking member of its ranks. Okay, we're going off topic slightly so I can explain more. He was offered it. Frog is the only assassin left, and that made him master by default. It wasn't spoken by Bullfrog, but he had extended, at the time Rayman, an invitation to the Brotherhood to be reborn as something new. He agrees without saying anything. He's accepted Frog's invite, and his first contract. Who is his first contract? Himself. When he shoots the mirror of himself as it literally talks about begging for forgiveness, he completes his first ever assassination. His first contracted assassination was himself. Sounds like a familiar cocky assassin, doesn't it? An assassin we met the first time Desmond stepped into the Animus. Altair. Rayman is Altair. He was born just like Altair was to start up his life anew. He was contracted by Bullfrog to become an official assassin by offing Rayman. His proof of completing his first assassination contract will be saving Frog. This is because I think Frog knows that the new Rayman can save him. And that's why Frog isn't surprised when the countdown stops. His novice is officially an assassin. Nonetheless, there is always a chance of failure in any contract, and that's why he says goodbye, just in case. After all, death comes for him, but he is not afraid. While Rayman became an assassin. Okay, we're gonna get back on track now. We talked a bit about Bullfrog following the creed. Now, let's point out Ramon's. Here's something that will make you stop and think. Stay your blade from the blood of an innocent. You can argue that Rayman never came into contact with an innocent, and while not seeing a civilian might be true, he has come into contact with somebody who is innocent. Bullfrog is the sweetest, kindest, selfless character in the show. Try to prove me otherwise. He fights to protect the good in the world and make it a better place. Not even when he is about to be executed.
Je suis désolé, mon ami.
Does he say a single bad thing about anyone. He is the purest soul in Eden. And a man wearing Ramon's face is about to pull the switch. Ooh, send shivers down your back, right? Hide in plain sight. For Bullfrog, it's easy. We constantly see him hiding on the ceiling, sneak by in the dark, and go through vents. You know. His form of hiding is more recon and requires little to no offing. That's a good trade-off for the sweetest dude in the world. Now for Ramon. There are 3 instances I can think of that he used to his advantage to hide. 1, sneaking inside the building. 2, escaping Red. And 3, knocking out the guard, though that one can be a bit debatable. Sneaking into the building, it is super important that no one saw his face. Funny enough, when he dresses in his hat and coat to look like one of the passing people, if you pay close attention, his trench coat looks very much like an assassin's robes. It bears the same pieces and everything, even down to the bill of his hat being the curve of his nose and hood. He's infamous. People there know his face daily, so he has to be extra careful. One wrong slip up, his cover is blown, and there goes any hope of escaping after he takes care of his problem. If he came in without a disguise, he would have been screwed. This is further proven when he escapes Red, although this was not without assistance. Since Frog knew he had a big ego, he kind of insulted him by calling him a coward and getting a rise out of him long enough for Ray to escape into the crowd, disappearing. You can tell because Frog looks from the ground up to Red to the ground up at Red. Why else would he do that, yeah? Here's where the debatable part of it comes in for me, and it's when there was that guard that Ramon had to go past. He knocked him out with his hand, but there's a possibility in my mind that he might not have done that had he needed to be stealthy to go and see the council. So I leave that one up in the air. For now, though, I'm still going to count it as stealth. If it was for stealth, then it did make it a lot easier to sneak to the council's room. Ah, yes, the council. Room full of templars. His old masters and the cause for his redemption. He assassinated the ones who tricked him into thinking he was doing good. But not before making sure Bull was okay and showing his contract was complete because he was alive, stopping his execution. So, yeah, I think his story of rebirth is a lot like Altair's if you want to really think about it or delve into it too hard like I did. I might have gone too deep into it. But he was doing wrong in his own way. He thought it was right, though. His old self was dispatched by a knife in Altair's case, and in Ramon's case, it was a gun and a mirror. They were both reborn as a new person. Rayman became Ramon. Both destroyed a Templar council, but one enemy happened to still be alive. Onward to never compromise the Brotherhood. Now this one is very interesting. There's no Brotherhood at a glance, but Ramon and Frog together start the spark of a new Brotherhood. Only Ramon has one thing that no assassin can beat. His face is still the face of Eden. Frog knows this. I think Ramon knows this. Kids see Ramon as their idol, Rayman. Kids they can take far, far away to new wasteland where brainwashing can be undone. Any tracking devices or calls out to Eden wouldn't matter. Ramon could confiscate any problematic device by just asking. No one knows Ramon exists. Everyone knows Rayman exists. Frog knows Ramon would be a wonderful assassin. So how does this tie into not compromising the Brotherhood? Ramon didn't go straight to the place of execution. He could have. He could have probably saved Frog easily that way. But the news and everyone else think that Frog is the last person alive, and therefore the last assassin. If Ramon is hidden, he can still hide in the shadows, letting Frog become the first guild leader, while Ramon is his disciple. Bull is the kindness that we need in the world. He's sweet, he's kind, he's caring, he's strong, and he embodies everything that an assassin should be. Ramon is the heavy part of society that we need. The angry, the harsh. He is the one that's going to have to make the hard decisions that Bull can't make. He's going to have to be the one to put his foot down. They both are perfect sides of the same coin, and they both are amazing assassins. But the perfect thing about them is that despite their differences, they both follow the creed. It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Well, that's been the Pey'j Show. Tune in next time. We're sorry for the inconvenience, but this channel has been compromised. We're doing our best to serve our viewers, and we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming soon.